This is another incident regarding lefties and screeching liberals, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at here. This is by Matt Walsh, um, one of my other favorite content creators. Does really, really good work here. So let's take a look at this video here.
This is every leftist millennial woman in a nutshell. This is every, female HR rep you'll ever encounter, every female corporate drone, almost every female you'll find in media or politics. It's all right there. We have to mention this. Sydney Sweeney was interviewed by GQ. I'm certainly have seen this by now, but this is a moment.
If you don't know who GQ is a far left liberal media media company that writes bullshit propaganda articles for the left, right? And they are also in the pockets of Hassan Piker. They write articles for Hassan Piker, glazing this man, right? So they did an interview with Sydney Sweeney here recently, trying to virtue signal and catch her like basically in a gotcha moment of like the whole incident with the jeans ad.
In the interview that's gotten a lot of attention, it's the moment when the reporter Catherine Stoffel tried to get her to apologize for her good jeans ad that everybody pretended to be upset about. And if somehow you have not seen this yet, well, here was Sydney's response, which was quite perfect.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism.
Bro, this whole gene bullshit is so stupid. It is so stupid. It is so stupid. It is literally for stupid, crying white liberal women to be screeching for no reason at all, besides the fact that they just feel like they feel inferior to Sydney Sweeney because Sydney Sweeney is freaking hot. She's hot. She's like the male fantasy. Like she is like the type of woman that a lot of men are attracted to, that a lot of men want, right? And a lot of these ugly looking Karens, these screeching looking retarded liberals with these pig nose rings in their fucking nose, fucking blue hair and fucking all kinds of retarded piercings all over their face is screeching about this shit.
Broadly speaking, and since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
So that's a perfect response. Maybe Sydney Sweeney really is based. I don't know. I confess I was really skeptical of the Sydney Sweeney is based narrative. I was skeptical. I was skeptical because literally every other time we're told a celebrity is based, it turns out to be false. Every other time we're told that a celebrity, this is really a right-winger in disguise. Every other time it has not been true. And maybe this is the one time when it is true. I don't know.
Since COVID, millions of Americans have started taking emergency preparedness seriously, especially when it comes to food storage. And that's smart. But here's the problem most people overlook. All that emergency food doesn't do you much good if you can't actually cook it when the power's out. That's why My Patriot Supply put together their Black Friday Survival Special. You get a 4-week emergency food supply plus over $150 in essential gear, everything you actually need to prepare those meals. We're talking about a portable cook stove, fuel tablets, fire starters, a water purifier, a bug-out bag, and more. It's basically a complete survival kit in one package. Perfect for natural disasters, civil unrest, or worse, and honestly, makes a pretty practical Christmas gift too. But it's only available through Black Friday, so head to mypatriotsupply.com/Walsh to check out everything that's included. With all the uncertainty in the world right now, we simply can't afford to be unprepared. So go to mypatriotsupply.com/Walsh and get prepared today. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Walsh.
You notice two things here. And first of all, of course, there's the question from the reporter. This is every leftist millennial woman in a nutshell. This is every female HR rep you'll ever encounter, every female corporate drone, almost every female you'll find in media or politics. It's all right there. All right there. The smarmy, up-talking tone, the smug facial expression.
Yeah, bro, they're so smug, and they think like they're so superior. Like really, they think they're so superior to everyone else who doesn't share their viewpoints, right? They sit here, they give you smug looks. They think they're so great and so morally right and so morally correct, right? It is sickening. Is sickening behavior, and I absolutely love to see when these retarded Karens get absolutely bodied.
And most of all, the attempts to manipulate and control you while framing it passive aggressively as an opportunity. So she says, I just want to give you the opportunity. I just want to give you the opportunity to apologize. I'm going to generously grant you.
That's such a disgusting way to put it. Like who are you? Who are you to sit here and say I want to give you the opportunity? I don't know who you are. You're just some random retard. Like what are you talking about? Give me an opportunity. I mean, it's crazy. Holy shit! They try to literally passively aggressively put you in this gacha, and it's insane.
The opportunity. I want to take a moment and I want to give you the chance. I want to give you the chance to grovel. I really want to give you the chance to grovel and fall before my feet in remorse. I just really like to give you the opportunity to prostrate yourself before me and beg for my pardon.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
I
exactly,
really
that's
just
exactly
want
what
I
these
just want to give you the
Karens-
opportunity.
That's exactly what these Karens are doing.
It's like they're taking you up to the guillotine and saying, I want to give you the
It's like
opportunity.
I'm the executioner. You're here to answer to me. Do you have any last words before I deliver your punishment?
To put your head right there. Just put your. I wanted to really give you the chance. I wanted to really give you an opportunity to put your head right there, and have it removed from your shoulders. I just really wanted to, because I figured you want the opportunity. You would want the opportunity to put your head right there. So this is the tyranny that we live under. This is what it looks like and sounds like. It doesn't even have the integrity to be honest about what it is. Because at least in the old days, if they're going to cut your head off, like they're pretty clear that this is what we're doing to you. You don't have a choice. Sorry about your luck. Actually, not sorry. You deserve it. And so, if they're going to take you out, you would prefer that. Just be honest. Just have the guts to look me in the eye and tell me this is what's happening. But now they won't even give you that.
That's the thing. They don't want to say up front. They don't want to say up front because they're cowards. They're scared. They're literally cowards that want to beat around the bush and basically be have decryptive messaging, right? Like use decryptive messaging. That's basically what they want to do.
They won't even give you that. And it just smiles. This is what they do. They smile smugly and they give you that ridiculous look with that grating, up-talking tone, giving you the opportunity. And then, so you note that. That's one thing you note. And then you note Sydney's answer, which is, which is exactly the right way to answer. It's very important. It's very important that she did not respond by claiming that the ad was not racist. She was not defending the ad. She could have done that. Right? I mean, what they wanted was the apology, but if she wasn't going to give the apology, there were a couple of other ways to go about it. And typically most people just give the apology. That's what we've seen over the last many years as wokeness has taken over. Most people, when they're given the opportunity to apologize, they will, they will take advantage of the opportunity and they'll apologize. But then, even on the relative,
yeah, Sweeney's response was absolutely base, and I love her all the more for it. Absolutely love her all the more for it. She literally looked at her and was like, "Bitch, you are so fucking retarded, and I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to give you the answer that you are looking for, and I'm gonna make you look like a dumbass."
occasion where someone refuses to apologize, usually they refuse to apologize by explaining themselves, by defending themselves, by saying, well, that's not true. That's not true. It's not racist. But she didn't do that. And that's critically important. This is the principle that this is the principle that we should, this is the principle I will live and die by. Never explain yourself. Never justify it. When people start saying, explain this, explain yourself, never do it. Right? When the mob comes for you, when the smarmy liberal woman with that ridiculous look on her face when they come for you and they want the explanation, you don't give it to them. And when they call you racist, the appropriate answer is not, no, I'm not racist. No, the appropriate answer is, well, oh, you think that? Well, I don't care that you think that.
Exactly. I was just meant, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Oh, you think I'm racist? Oh, I don't care. That's great. That's great. I mean, you're still watching though, right? You're still watching. You're still watching. I mean, unless you're gonna unsubscribe or unfollow.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know. It's what Sydney said. Do you want to explain yourself? No, I'm good. Well, don't you want to explain? Don't you want to? All these people, they want you just to explain. No, that's fine. You know, when I get something I want to talk about, I'll let you know. But other than that, we're good.
Base, absolutely.
Anything else?
Base response. Absolutely base
That's
response.
it. And that's the thing. That's the end of it. Once you've conveyed this, once you've made it clear that you don't care what they think of you or what labels they put on you, and that you're not going to explain yourself, you're not going to justify yourself, you're not going to defend yourself. And when I say not defend yourself, I mean you're not going to lay down and just take it, but you're not going to be defensive. You're not going to defend yourself in the sense of rationalizing and explaining and all these sorts of things. You're going to refuse to be like the on the witness stand being interrogated and having to explain all of everything you did and your whereabouts and where were you last night. But you're not going to do that. You're just not going to do it. And once you've made that clear, then they've been stripped of their power. Really, they got nothing left. Because the main power that they have over you is your desire to be accepted.
The fear they have over you, or the power they have over you, is fear. The power they have over you is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of not being accepted by the public, fear of being harassed. Is fear.
By them. That's the main power that these people have. Is your desire for their acceptance and for their approval.
And people need to stop. People need to stop doing that. People need to stop looking for approval from these crazy, insane retards.
Now they do have other powers also. Not quite to the extent that they used to a few years ago, but there are other things that they can try to do to screw your life up. But most of that they don't have over something like Sydney Sweeney. They do have other powers, but the main power they have, the main weapon they have at their disposal is your desire for their approval. And if you've made it clear that you don't have that desire, well, then you haven't taken away necessarily all of their arrows, but you've taken away most of them. And that's what happened here. So I think that's...
yeah, they have to come out with new arrows.
That's great. Pivotal moment, I think, in our culture right there. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual.
So definitely, we had that interview. Actually, I want to go more in depth with the actual interview here. So let me actually try to pull up the actual full Sydney Sweeney interview. Okay, so we have right here.
But you're a 13-year-old girl. Like, what does fighting give you at that time in your life?
The element of surprise.
Ooh.
conversation with a Karen.
You can see the great boots.
With a fucking retarded Karen.
I know.
Thanks.
We pulled through in the shoe game.
Strong shoe game.
I usually show up in my PJs. For whatever reason, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just actually get dressed. And then everyone liked the outfit. I was like, wow, this is the first time.
I'm so flattered. Okay,
I'm so flattered.
we're good? Okay, well, we're going.
We're going.
Okay, I feel really
My
lucky
voice is
to be
already
talking to
fucking
you
annoying.
right now in particular because you're a producer with a film with festival buzz. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel to have Christy out in the world?
Christy is one of those projects and stories that, like, when you're making it, the crew, the cast, everyone involved, we all knew it was going to be something special. We had Christy with us on set many days. We would sometimes just, like, cry because of how powerful this story is. And so being able to share that experience with the world and to be able to show Christy's story to the world is so impactful, and I'm beyond honored and proud that we were able to bring this story to life.
In the beginning, it's also really fun. For context, like, you've got headgear on.
Yes.
You've got a mouth guard in.
Yes.
And you are grinning as you punch people.
Mm-hmm.
And you look completely unself-conscious and completely joyful. First of all, was it as much fun as it looked?
It was so much fun. I
The way
was
she speaks
over the
is
moon.
so condescending.
I felt like I finally came to life myself through Christy. We really shaped every single fight to match Christy's fights.
She literally looks like she's like a fucking what do you call those people? Like she looks like a fucking, like she's a therapist or something. Like she's some professional therapist. And like she has an authority to dictate and tell you how to live your life and, you know, tell you how you're feeling.
So all the different combos that you see me doing are the actual combos from the fights, and I had the best girls to box
Look at how
with
she's looking at her,
because
bro.
they were down to actually fight. And we would do full contact. We were punching each other in the face, and so a lot of those reactions are me as Christy, but also me just like couldn't believe that I actually did it just then.
So you have a background in martial arts.
I do.
Okay, so tell me about that. You're, what, 13?
Yeah, I was like 12, 13, and I started kickboxing and grappling. And I trained at Gokor Hayastan with Sensei Jean LaBelle and Benny Leggett and Gokor. And I did that from
That's dope.
12, 13 years old until I was about 19. And then I booked Handmaid's Tale and Euphoria. And
So Sydney Sweeney got
I
hands.
can't fight and
Sydney
film
Sweeney's
at the
got
same
hands,
time
guys.
because I'd come home with bruises. So I put it to the side, but I always wanted to find a story that would be able to bring that side of myself out.
But you're a 13-year-old girl. Like, what does fighting give you at that time in your life?
The element of surprise.
Ooh.
I was the only girl there, so it was a lot of talk of, oh, what is she doing here? The dads were kind of a little like upset that their sons would be fighting a girl, and then I would sometimes win.
Okay, so I have this sense that you're someone who keeps a strong division between your characters and your personal self. And I just wondered if that is harder when you've done this physical transformation for a character like Christy. Like, you come home or come back to your hotel room, like, in her body in some ways.
I actually learned so much more about myself throughout the process.
That is such a weird question.
I am someone who, I build my book for my character, and I learn everything about her life so that I can fully jump in and out. And throughout that process of building Christy and working with Christy and filming the movie, I started realizing, I was like, oh wow, I actually have more in common with her than I realized. She is fighting a fight in her home life, and she's also fighting a fight in the public. And I think that for me, I find myself in a lot of battles, both in front and not in front of the world. So I definitely can relate.
I mean, Christy is a story about domestic violence, and specifically like homophobia and domestic violence. And The Housemaid, which I also saw, takes on domestic violence from in a totally different genre. And then I did read that your American Eagle collection
Here we go.
benefited a domestic violence charity.
There we go.
Did I have all that right?
Yes.
Okay. We spent a lot of time this year working around that issue, and I
started.
just wondered if it meant something to you.
It does. I will always speak out about something that is important to me, and for me to speak out, I use art. And
She's taking the first poke. She's taking the first poke of the American Eagle ad. She's taking the first poke. She's like, let me poke the bear real quick and see how she responds.
I think that through my characters in my movies, it's a way for me to be able to do my part that I can and spread awareness in different ways through my characters. And that's how I've always learned to communicate. And it's really important.
If I look at your IMDb page,
Okay.
I'm thinking about, you're on Euphoria, which is a show that covers a lot of topics without, taking a moral stance on any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you did Reality, which I love, which brought a lot of attention and humanity to the story of Reality Winner, the whistleblower. It does not look like a very political career, but you have become very swept up in politics. And so I wondered if that has surprised you as you put your ideas and yourself into art, not
Poke number
commentary.
2. Poke number 2.
I've always believed that I'm not here to tell people what to think. I'm just here to kind of open their eyes to different ideas. And so I think that's why I gravitate towards characters and stories that are complicated and are maybe morally questionable, and characters that are on the page hard to like, but then you find the humanity underneath them. And that's what I've always leaned towards.
I think a lot of people feel like it's better for art if artists
Look at her
can
smug ass face.
keep themselves a little bit separate from politics.
Yeah, I've never talked about my personal
Poke
life.
number 3. She's just
I
keep
know.
going.
So what I'm going to do is talk about your year as a phenomenon in the culture, okay? And a big thing that happened to you this year is that you ended your engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
so she pokes 2 times, right? She pokes 2 times. Then she's like, okay, let me get off the subject real quick and quickly bring up something else unrelated, right? But the something that's unrelated to the Sydney Sweeney ad, she wants to bring up something personal about her engagement.
I got push notifications about it. And we all sort of looked up and we're like, oh, Sydney Sweeney isn't just a talented actress and an up-and-coming producer. She's someone that people are really obsessed with and really fascinated by.
Oh man.
I know. And I wondered, did your sense of your own fame change this year?
No. I surround myself with a really, really strong group of people who have been in my life since I was little. And they take me out of Hollywood, take me out of this bubble, and remind me what the real world is, and that that's where I exist. The idea of fame, it doesn't apply to my personal life. I'm just sad.
You can't feel the difference in the volume at times.
If I turn on my phone, yes. If I have my phone off and I'm home, no.
Right. Okay. So what is it like now being single? Are you single?
I'm single.
Okay, you're single. You are out there now as
What's it like being single? Like what? I'm sure you know what it's like to be single. I'm pretty sure you're single. So why are you asking her what she feels like being single? You should know. You should already know that. Like why are you asking? I don't see how this is relevant to the interview here.
a person who has a lot of power, I would say. Person who people are obsessed with, and someone who I gather is really
She's
focused
just
on.
so smugly talking to her. Like it's just so crazy.
Their work. So I wonder, how does
Like,
that change
you can clearly
what you're
see
looking?
Sydney Sweeney is already starting to get a little frustrated. You can clearly see it on her face.
for?
I don't think I'm looking for a man right now. What I've learned this year is that I have a really, really amazing group of girlfriends, and I am strong and independent, and that I'm gonna be okay. If love finds me, love finds me. I'm hopeless romantic, so I hope love finds me. But I'm not the type of person that wants to go out all the time, and I
I love a woman that likes to stay at home. I do like women that like to stay at home. Not to say that I don't like to go out. I do like to go out and do things. But I like to plan them. I like to plan them. Sometimes I might be spontaneous if it works. If it works to be spontaneous, I'll be spontaneous. But I do like women that are more homebody and not going out in the streets, having to party every single damn night, drinking and doing drugs and fucking around. Right? We don't want that type of women. And that's what a lot of men appreciate. A lot of men appreciate women that are more homebody.
do believe in true love and wanting to be with someone for the rest of my life. So I'm not gonna. You won't see me jumping around a lot of places.
Wait, jumping around a lot of places, like
Guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are making Anyone But You, and there's sort of, what do we call it, like a game almost with sort of letting rumors build about you and Glenn, and we all now know that was
Bro, you see her face?
a projection, let's say, on our parts. That wasn't real. But it occurred to me that maybe that story doesn't go so viral if you're not a very private person. I imagine there are personal benefits to being private about your personal life. But are there also professional benefits to being private about your personal life?
If she's not speaking about the subject, then yes, it is considered private, you stupid, dumb bitch. If she is not speaking about the subject herself, if she has not spoken about the subject, has not ever mentioned anything about the subject, it is private. Unless she reveals this information herself to the public or to a source, it is private. Right? So, information does leak. Information does leak without you having to tell people the information. People just find out stuff. I mean, that's what news reporters do. They go around trying to find news. They go around trying to find the latest news and updates, right? So if she's not speaking on the subject, it is a private matter.
Life?
The professional benefits for me and being private is for my own just health and sanity. If I let everybody in all the time, I've
God,
nothing
this
for
bitch is
myself.
retarded.
And I am
Like, she's pissing me
just
off.
a 27-year-old. Oh, I'm 28 now. I turned 28 yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But I'm just a 28-year-old woman who's trying to figure it out. And I'm still learning, and I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm going to grow. And I think that it's important to be able to do that without having to say every single thing all the time.
Right. Okay. But so you're never tempted to just like open your notes app and say, this is what I really think, and this is who I am, and this is what's going on in my life, and like stop guessing and projecting.
I mean, I'll vent to my girlfriend.
But see, that's what they want you to do. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want these celebrities and all these famous people, all these people with, all these influencers and stuff like that to be out in the open, all open secrets, and tell the public, the entire world, everything, so that you can get clips and stories and spin bullshit propaganda.
But other than that, no.
No. Okay. That's honestly really impressive. Like,
I know who I am.
right.
I know what I value. I know that I'm a kind person. I know that I love a lot. And I know that I'm just excited to see what happens next. And so I don't really let other people define who I am.
I'm happy to hear that.
Absolutely.
I have secondhand concern for you lately.
I have secondhand concern. No, I'm sorry, but nobody needs to be. Nobody wants to have concern from you. I'm sorry. Nobody needs your concern. Absolutely not. Nobody needs a Karen's concern, right? I think we've had enough of Karen's concerns. This is exactly the point. This is exactly the point with Karen's, with these lefty liberals. We are absolutely fucking tired of your concerns, right? That you have to insert yourself and be the most retarded, most unsufferable pieces of shit on earth, right? We don't care about your concerns, right? Your concerns is fucking what's fucking destroying this country and creating so much fucking chaos because of your stupid ass fucking concerns.
We're sort of talking around this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised by the reaction?
I did a jean ad. I mean,
absolute basis spot. I did a G ad. What else you want me to? I did a G ad.
the reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was, I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Base response.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer
I'm
this,
trying
but
to,
I'm going to ask
catch
anyway.
you
I
in the
mean,
gotcha so
the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me.
Okay. Let me try one more gotcha. Let me try one more gotcha. This is a big one. This is a big one. Trump. Yeah, you're gonna have to answer this one. Let me ask you about this gotcha right here.
Like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was like,
it would be totally human. I would probably feel like thankful that somebody had my back in public, you know, and conveniently
smug
some very
looks
powerful
on
people
her
had my back in
face.
public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
I don't think that it's not that that feeling I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking of it like that, or like of any of it. I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set, so I work and then I go home and I go to sleep. So I didn't really see a lot of it.
You've made a really good case
absolutely
for
absolutely base.
keeping your thoughts and your life separate from that work. But the risk
You've kept a really good lid on avoiding all of my inflammatory questions.
is that, you know, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No. If somebody is closed off because of something they read online to a powerful story like Christy, then I hope something else can open their eyes to being open to art and being open to learning, and I'm not gonna be affected by that.
Yeah.
Another
You've come here like
base
really
response.
willing to talk about this whole discourse that doesn't have that much to do with you, and I'm grateful for that. Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself?
She just takes one final hoorah about the ad. Like, she's already asked like 2 questions already about the ad. It's like, let me just, please, just one more. Sydney Sweeney ad. You got any more to say on that? You got any more, to say on this big controversy that's been happening?
Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Do you have?
The ad spoke for itself.
You think the ad spoke for itself?
Yeah.
Okay, and the criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority.
Yeah,
like
and
that was
there's-
kind
there's
of
a
like
lot.
the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you
She's
an
like-
opportunity to
she's
talk
just
about
like,
that.
Please, just shut up and just fucking just stop the interview or just end the interview already. Just you're done.
Specifically,
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
we should talk about Cassie. You got back together with Cassie. You spent some time in Cassie land.
I am.
I wondered if after the break and after
Literally after
the
that,
changes
she
in your
quickly
life
changed the
since the last
subject.
time you were Cassie, if you came back to that role with a different perspective on her character, her arc.
Well, Cassie and the whole world of Euphoria is now 5 years ahead. So all the characters are living in the real world. They're dealing with very real world life problems. And Cassie's just so much fun. She's so crazy. And I don't know if I can implement any of my own knowledge or life experiences to Cassie because she's just so on her own plane and in her own world and thinks completely differently. It's such a fun roller coaster ride because I'm getting to go to all these insane places. She's crazy. I thank Sam like every day for giving me a character like her in my 20s because Sam put together a show of like a powerhouse lineup of really interesting storylines and characters, and being able to go back to Cassie and grow with her and go even crazier is such a treat. Like I always feel like I'm going home.
One thing we haven't talked about that you've talked about a lot, but I wonder how it's coming up now in your work is the way women actors and you are represented on screen. The early part of your career was defined by a lot of chatter about that, right? About is it empowering or not empowering?
What?
Blah blah blah. Like
In
expression.
regards to my body.
Yeah, and like Cassie, I think, brought that out. And that doesn't really seem to be part of the story anymore. And I wonder if you feel like Hollywood is changing or if it has to do with being in actor-producer roles.
I think that the conversation around it is changing. I've always looked at a woman's body as a very beautiful, powerful tool. I transform my body for Christy. It's a challenge, but then also really amazing at the same time that we're capable of doing stuff like that and being able to tell stories through our body. And I've always looked at it that way. I've always looked at it as my body is another tool to tell this story.
How does using that tool change when you are more in the driver's seat as a producer? I mean, I'm thinking about The Housemaid. Like, there's a scene in that where you're in this home theater and you're wearing like a push-up bra. And it's just like, okay, this is
It's not a push-up bra, this is just my boobs.
Oh, wow. Fact check me.
Fact checking
That's
that.
just like a sports bra or something?
Yeah.
Good God.
Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
I mean, she's wearing what she'd wear to
Sydney
bed. She's
Sweeney
being
with the
comfortable. It's for
numbers.
herself. It's not for anybody else.
Great.
Yeah.
That, I mean, that's sort of where I was going with it, though, is that watching that scene, I had this feeling of there's a self-awareness and knowingness to this that, you know, it is a casual sweatshirt, her boobs are out, and then you're like, the wife comes in and like comments on it in this way that to me felt very like funny. Letting Sydney use her body in this way, but also commenting on it in a knowing way that lets you know that we're all
Well,
in on this joke. And I guess I wondered if that is a hallmark of having more control of the project.
I think so. I think that as time goes on, people will see that I'm way more aware of things than people think.
Can you say a little bit more?
So she took a crack. She literally took a crack at her. Literally at the end of this interview. I'm way more aware than people think. That's an absolute crack at this interview, Karen retard over here, right? Yeah, Sydney Sweeney is aware. Sydney Sweeney is aware of the retarded bullshit that you was trying to pull in this interview.
I mean, if I say it, then I like to let the art speak for itself. I think that's where it's fun.
Okay, but you know that you are giving us permission to keep projecting a little bit. Like we're gonna keep.
That's exactly what you do. That's what you do. That's literally what the lefties do. Is you project, and it's like you tell on yourselves constantly. You tell on yourselves constantly that you do this bullshit. It's insane. It's insane, bro. It's insane. It really is. Sydney Sweeney interview, right? With this retarded Karen, by and GQ, that she's a part of, right? They got absolutely flamed for this interview here, right? And also Sydney Sweeney, Sydney Sweeney, she absolutely navigated that interview with poise, with grace. She absolutely knocked that interview out of the park and shut her down, like completely shut her down. All her questions that she had, and her little gotcha questions that she was trying to pull on Sydney Sweeney, just absolutely failed. Did not work whatsoever, and basically made her look like a retard. So, Sydney Sweeney absolutely killed this interview. And this retard, Karen here, is literally the absolute reason of all this bullshit chaos we have in this country, right? This is it. This is the epitome. This is the epicenter, right? This is the mountain peak of Karenism. This retard bitch right here, the epitome, right? This is the retard. This is what we are fighting against in this country, right? It all started with feminism. That's where it all started. And now we have all these retarded, crazy, lefty, liberal women in all of our spaces, invading or have invaded all of our spaces. All of our spaces. Gaming, entertainment, movies, politics, everything. They're everywhere, right? And they're just causing destruction, right? It's horrible. But Sydney Sweeney had a great interview. Absolutely.